Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. This is going to be a really nice, stretchy yoga flow. We're going to start this one standing at the back of the mat. So go ahead and meet me in your most beautiful mountain pose. Beginning to ground through the feet. We could start by picking up those toes, spreading them wide, and then slowly attempting to put them down one toe by one toe. Gripping through those feet, a light little bend in those knees, tilting the pelvis up, rolling the shoulder blades down the back body, growing the top of the head towards the ceiling here, lengthening. Going ahead and tapping into that smile. Maybe offering up some gratitude here. Setting an intention for today's practice. Beginning to come in contact with our breath. Nice steady inhales, slow and controlled exhales. On your next inhale, we'll take those arms up and overhead. And we'll just exhale them into our cactus arms, opening up through the chest here. We still have a neutral spine. Maybe taking that gaze up towards the ceiling. And release those arms. On your next inhale, they'll come back up and overhead. Cactus arms again, maybe taking a little more of a back bend here. And releasing those arms. Inhale to come up. And we're going to catch that right wrist, bend over towards the left. Keeping that neutral spine just tilted towards the left. Inhale brings us back up. Catch that left wrist and stretch over towards the right. Continuing to breathe, continuing to tuck that tailbone. Inhale back up, and let's take it over to the left again. And inhale back up and over towards the right. Back up to center, arms up and overhead. And let's take a big swan dive into our forward fold here. Feet are hip distance apart. Hands can be on the mat, or you can grab opposite elbows. Swaying left to right, or maybe even swaying front to back, coming up to the toes and back onto the heels. Or you could find stillness if that's what your body's asking for. We're just going to be here for a few rounds of breath. You can also play with straightening the legs, getting into the hamstrings. Or when we bend through the knees and get that belly to the thighs, we're getting more into our low back. We'll take one more round of breath here together. Beautiful. We're going to plant the left hand in front of the feet in the middle. And we're going to bend through the left knee. Right leg straightens and that right arm goes up towards the sky. If you want to find that left thigh with that right hand to deepen that twist. One more round of breath. And slowly unraveling. Right hand's going to replace the left. Right knee's going to bend, left leg's going to straighten, and left arm up towards the sky. Coming back to the breath here, maybe finding that right thigh with that left hand if you tried that on the other side. Pulling the shoulders away from our ears. And we'll take one more round of breath here. And slowly we'll unravel ourselves back into our forward fold. We'll come up half lift. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, we fold. We're going to walk the hands to the top of the mat, coming into a plank position. If you need to lower down the knees, be my guest. Just taking a round of breath here. And we'll slowly lower down to our bellies. Inhale, we'll come up into our cobra here. Elbows pulling into the ribs. And we're going to tuck the toes. We're going to push back and come into our toe stretch. So walking the hands to the back of the mat. And let's go ahead and take some neck rolls, starting to the right. I'm going to let you go at your own pace. We'll do a few going this way. And then we'll reverse it. And if you're with me, we're going to reverse it now. Forgetting about the pain in the toes. It's so beneficial to stretch the toes. Beautiful. Come back to neutral. Interlace the hands. And we're going to take it behind the head. Tucking the chin to the chest here. Stretching all of the nerves and the muscles down that back line. One more round of breath here. And very slowly we'll peel out. Bring the hands to the mat. Untuck those toes. And we're going to rock back to get that counter stretch in the ankles and the feet. Very, very juicy stretch. And slowly coming back through. We're going to come into an all fours position. Let's go ahead and take some cat-cows. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Beautiful. Coming back to that neutral all fours. We're going to step this right foot out to the right side of the mat. Walk the hands over towards the left. The left hand plants. Right hand sweeps up. Hips push forward. Gaze is up towards the ceiling. Little gate pose. And we're going to bring the hands back to the mat. Walking around to fold over this right leg. Might feel a little odd, and that's okay. This is going to get more into that outer IT band and that inner thigh. Coming back to the breath. One more round here over this leg. And slowly Walking the hands forward, coming back into our all fours position. And we're going to go and step that left foot to the left side. And let's walk the hands over towards the right. Right hand plants, left hand sweeps up and over. Beautiful. And slowly hands come back down to the mat. Walk it over to fold over this left leg. Tapping into the breath here. Take one more round of breath. And slowly we rise up, coming back to center and back to an all fours position. Go ahead and send that right arm out, left leg kicks back, gauging the core, belly button to spine. Maybe reaching around, grabbing that ankle, or just grabbing the air. Playing with some balance here. Slowly release. And back to an all fours position. Right leg kicks out. Left arm reaches forward. Engage through that core. We'll reach around, grabbing that ankle or the air, playing with the balance. Slowly release and then come back to all fours. Walking the hands slightly forward, tucking the toes. Coming in for downward dog. Yes, let's go ahead and pedal these feet out. Stretching through the legs here. Nice, steady inhales and exhales. When it feels good, we're going to roll forward and come into a high plank. Take the gaze forward and then lower down the knees and then the chest and the chin. Maybe pulling those heels towards the booty here. And on an exhale, we'll roll through into cobra. Tuck those toes. Push up and back, coming in, down dog. We're going to step this right foot forward. So you can take three-legged dog, or you can just step it forward. Lower that left knee, untuck the toes. Inhale to rise up. Push those hips forward here, really feeling into that left hip flexor. Hands come down to the mat, push back, half splits. Fold over that right leg. Roll back forward, tuck the back toes, and we're going to take a step up, forward fold at the top of the mat. Grabbing opposite elbows, swaying left to right. Half lift. And we fold. Plant the hands, step the feet back, plank. And then send the hips up and back, down dog. Beautiful. We're going to take that low lunge on the other side. So however you want to get that foot to the top of the mat. Lower that back leg and tuck the toes. And on your next inhale, we rise up, pushing those hips forward, feeling into that right hip flexor. And hands come to the mat. We push back half splits, digging that left heel into the mat. And slowly we'll go ahead and roll back forward, tuck those right toes, and then we're going to step to the top of the mat, back into our ragdoll. If it feels good, you can come up to the tiptoes, just seeing how that feels here. And release. Half lift, lengthen through that spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands and step the feet back, plank. And then send the hips up and back, down dog. Beautiful. We're going to inhale that right leg up, open up those hips, bend that knee. And we're going to step it to the outer edge of the right hand, coming in for lizard. You can stay lifted at first, just rocking forwards and backwards, feeling into these hips. And if you want, you can always lower down that back knee. And you can spin, taking that right hand to right knee, giving it a little bit of a slight added pressure. You don't want a whole lot. Just to feel that stretch. A little bit of a twist here. Coming back to the breath. Let's pick up that back leg, trying to reach for that foot. Not pulling really hard, just trying that active stretch. And release that back leg. We're going to heel toe this foot all the way in. Coming in for pigeon. Right elbow or right knee towards right wrist. If you are too high up on that right thigh, go ahead and tuck you a pillow or a block under it. As always, we sit up nice and tall first before we fold over this leg. We're just going to take 3 rounds of breath here. Slowly, we'll take that gaze back forward. Walk up onto the hands. We're going to shift the weight into this right leg. We're going to swing this left foot on the outer edge of this right thigh. Find your positioning here. We're going to hook this left arm to this left knee. Right arm up and overhead. Take the gaze behind you. Using those inhales to lengthen and the exhales to allow you to travel deeper into this twist. And let's go the other way. So spin it around. Hook right elbow to that left knee. Left arm up and overhead. Got both of those directions. I think it feels good to do both. Come back to that breath. Beautiful job. So we're going to do a half twisty twizzle. So feet are kind of going to stay where they are. We're going to spin to the right. Come through a wide-legged fold. Feet are off the mat, and that's okay. This is not the first time in this practice that our feet have been off the mat. And that just shows us that we are malleable. It doesn't matter where we are. We don't have to stay on the mat. Just like in real life, we don't have to stay in the boxes people put us in. We can color outside of the lines. Go ahead and walk the hands forward. Bring the feet together or close. They don't have to be together. And we're coming into a plank here. Take the gaze forward. And we're going to send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take that left leg up. Bend through the knee. Open the hips. Beautiful. Big step forward to the outer edge of that left hand. And same thing here. So we're just going to rock forwards and backwards, feeling into these hips first. Noticing how we feel on this side. And then we can lower down that right leg, untuck that right foot. Maybe take your left hand to that left thigh or knee. Just a little slight added pressure there. And if it felt good to reach for that back foot, you can try that again on this side. And wherever you are, we're coming back around, coming in for our pigeons. So heel toe in this foot all the way over. Left knee towards left wrist. If you use the pillow on that right side last time, you can use the pillow or the block under this left hip or thigh. Sitting up nice and tall first. And then slowly we can lower. We'll be here for 3 rounds of breath. Slowly, we'll take the gaze forward, walk the hands up, and we're going to shift the weight to this left thigh and swing this right foot around to the outer left thigh. Beautiful. We're going to hook this right arm to this right knee first. Twist this way. Breathing. And then let's twist the other way. Left elbow to that right knee, right hand behind us. Beautiful job. Twisty twizzling again. So bringing yourself up. And then, of course, feet are off the mat again. A little wide-legged fold action. This time we're going to plant the left hand in front of us. Right hand sweeps up. And replace the right hand where that left hand is, and left hand sweeps up. And slowly coming back down, walking those hands forward, and then bringing the feet closer together, coming into a high plank here. Gazes forward. If you want to do knees, chest, chin, be my guest. Otherwise, you can do chaturanga to up dog. We'll all meet in a child's pose. Just reconnecting with that breath. Noticing how you feel here. We'll take one releasing breath with a sigh. So let's go ahead and inhale together. And we'll take a big releasing sigh. Beautiful. Slowly peeling up, preparing ourselves for core work. Swinging those legs to the side and sending them out long. We're going to come in for boat pose first. So however you like to play with boat, we're going to start here. And if you want to take it a step further, we're going to take our peace fingers around these big toes, or you can grab the ankles or the calves and try to straighten through the legs. Trying to pull the legs towards our bodies. And if it feels good, you can attempt to release the grip and take the arms overhead, pointing through those toes, trying for our full boat expression. Hug those knees. Great job, my friends. We're not done with the core work, but we're going to give ourselves just a 10-second break here. If you're into rocking and rolling with me, we're coming on to our backs. If you're not into rocking and rolling, you can just go ahead and come onto your backs, legs up in the air. And you got it. We are interlacing our hands, getting our Charlie's Angels mudra here. We're going to drop that left leg down to a hover. Inhale up, back down, and then up towards the right and back down. Both legs up. Right leg comes to the hover. Up, down, up to the left. Beautiful. Switch those legs. Up, down, up. Switch the legs. Up, down, up. Switch those legs. Up, down, up. Hug your knees in. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's come into a happy baby here. So grabbing those calves, the ankles, or the outer edges of the feet. Just wanting to make sure that tailbone is on the mat and our shoulder blades are both firmly feeling that mat. I'll just take a few rounds of breath here. Beautiful. Slowly. We can hug this right knee in, send that left leg out long, coming in for supine twist. So taking this right leg across to the left side, right arm up and over. And you can take your gaze towards that right finger. If it feels good, you can straighten through that right leg, getting into this outer IT band a little more. Coming back to that breath. And slowly peeling back, sending the right leg out, hugging the left knee in, taking it across the body towards the right, taking this left hand out towards the left, the gaze follows it. Maybe extending that leg like the other side, only if it feels good for you. Coming back to the breath. Slowly, we'll come back for a Shavasana. Send the legs long, arms splay out to the sides, tucking that tailbone, tucking the shoulder blades, softening through the forehead, unclenching the jaw, releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Back to some gratitude here. Slowly bringing your awareness back into this present moment. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe taking that big overhead stretch. Slowly coming and meeting me in a comfortable seated position. We're going to take that releasing sigh again. We're all going to inhale together and then release everything that is no longer serving us. Inhale and let it go. Bring your hands to heart center. The light in me honors and cherishes that bright light inside of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you liked this flow. Please, of course, comment below. Share it. I appreciate your support more than my words or my comments back could ever express. So thank you. Sending you all my love and all my light. Have a wonderful rest of your day.